Our host, Laurie Hernandez, as I mentioned at the top of the live stream, is a gold medal winning Olympic gymnast, and David Boudia is a gold medal winning Olympic diver. He has won 4 medals altogether. It's only appropriate that they would have a conversation talking about mental health and athletics and being at the top of your game, what it's like to be at such a high level of athletics and deal with mental health issues. Before we go to them, I just want to remind you that styt.org/donate is the place you can go to donate to Nami and mental health. These are such important topics of conversation that we're having in order to help organizations like Nami and One Mind continue to do the great work that they do. We just want to help out and see if we can donate. Any little bit counts. We really appreciate anything you can give. And now we're going to go to Laurie with David. Thank you.
We're live! Yay! David, what's up?
Laurie, long time no see.
It's been so long. What has it been, an hour?
It's been an hour, but in person, it's been all quarantine.
It has been a very long time since I have physically seen you. How are you? How are you doing?
We're good. Well, let me preface that by I've been inside for 10 weeks with 3 little kids under 5. So it depends on the day. I've seen you've done some stuff at home with maybe some flipping and maybe a dog getting in the way. So we have the same.
I was trying to do a couple beam routines, maybe keep myself moving, and my dog had other plans, which I was totally okay with. But since you're home with kids, you're basically saying you haven't slept in 11 weeks.
No, hey, my kids sleep great, which has been awesome. But so my wife and I, we made the decision. She's always wanted to be a mom and she's wanted to stay home with kids.
Yeah.
I have been able to taste what she has been doing for the past 5 years, the last 10 weeks. And it's maybe one day, Laurie, if you have kids, I'm going to just call you one day and be like, hey, breathe, let it go. You know, you'll be good.
Oh, well, I know that we had like a little Frozen conversation. We were actually doing a little Frozen sing-off. We just kept sending videos back and forth. So when are we sending our next video? Because I know I won the last round. I definitely did.
Well, I don't know, because I have my 2-year-old with me belting at the top of the lungs. I think the internet might decide, no, they still love you. So Laurie will win every time, maybe.
Nah, your kids are adorable. So now
I gotta have a secret weapon, but
so for those who are listening, I of course know your story. But for everybody watching, would you mind sharing a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'll try to do it in a short version, but it's been a dream of mine to go to the Olympics since I was 7 years old, and I was super ambitious as a kid. Worked extremely hard and was very competitive. Eventually started this sport called diving after my gymnastics career, and worked hard enough that I got to the 2008 games. All I wanted when I was 7 years old, because I saw it on TV, I wanted to be famous. And I thought the Olympics could do that for me. And I wanted to be wealthy, and just American dream, like health, wealth, and happiness. And I realized at the end of my 2008 games that my focus was so much on this destination that I thought the Olympics was going to bring, that I got lost in the fact that it was all about a journey. And so the Olympics is supposed to be like one of the most exhilarating and most fun things you'll ever do or dream of. And at the 2008 games, I left the games like that was it. And so I didn't accomplish the goals that I wanted, left heartbroken. And for the next year, just dove into a huge depression. I was 19 years old, didn't know any answers to life's hard questions, and just started contemplating like my purpose. Why am I here? Where am I going? And what am I supposed to be doing?
I think that's very telling. I think everybody knows how big the Olympics is, and so to actually go there and to be disappointed, that says a lot. And I think a lot of people can probably relate to that you go for something and you forget that it's actually about the journey there. Once you get there,
right,
it's like the upside down. It's like another parallel universe. So now when you are going through, whether it's another depression spell or even in the past that you've kind of seen yourself at a low point, what's something that at least you've noticed has brought you out?
I think there's four things that I always like to say. Just, I think the four things are kind of more for me speaking my truth to get me out of it, but I think they're super applicable. But I think one of the hardest things for people, especially for myself, was like I was an Olympian. I'm supposed to be the best of the best, and I'm supposed to, I guess, on the surface, look like I have it all together. And that's like I'm a human being, and so I think one of the hardest things for me was to admit that I was struggling or something was affecting me, because it showed weakness, and Olympians aren't supposed to be weak, but at the end of the day, we are, and it's okay to. And so I think that was the biggest thing for me, was taking that step of being vulnerable to somebody else and asking for
help. I know that throughout a bunch of different times that I've been struggling, I kind of same as you. I didn't really want to talk about it. It felt like this taboo feeling, even though I literally grew up with my mom being a social worker. My sister's now a therapist. So mental health is pretty open here, but I still had this big guard up. But as soon as I let everybody in and I talked about it, I felt this big weight kind of fall off my shoulders. Did you feel the same?
Yeah, it's like after you